Look, it's been a few days, actually it's been 2 days since Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a surprise move, decided to ban 2 high denomination currency notes from India. This happened late on Tuesday night. It caught all Indians unawares when suddenly, through a televised speech, the Prime Minister decided to ban 500 rupee notes and 1000 rupee notes. So, from midnight Tuesday, these have been rendered illegal. Now what you can do is, from today, banks have reopened. They are issuing you new, fresh notes, currencies 500, and there is a new note, rupees 2000. This entire move has been aimed to fight black money and corruption. The Prime Minister believes that the new notes will help in his crusade against black money, which he began once he took office in 2014. The new 2000 rupee notes the banks have started issuing the new 2000 rupee notes from 8 a.m. today morning. And there are actually 17 ways through which you can say if your note is fake or genuine. Take this with a lot of seriousness, simply because there has been issues of counterfeit and fake notes in India. It is been a concern of the government for some time now. So one of the stated reasons why the government decided to ban 500 and 1000 rupee notes is also to get away with the fake currency. That is the new 2000 rupee note, fresh out of the mint, and the banks have started issuing it from 8 a.m. If you haven't got your hands on it, don't worry, you will soon. But once you get your hands on this 2000 rupee note, we will help you to discern if this is fake or is this real. There are 17 ways of doing it. First, obviously, is the see-through register and the numeral 2000. This is on the front of the note. Obviously, it has 2 sides, so there are enough indicators on the front and the back of the note for you to figure if this is a fake note or a real note. Second is the latent image of the numerical 2000. Latent means it's hidden, but we'll show you how to see it. There, next to Mahatma Gandhi's head, is the latent numerical 2000. Then, the third indicator is 2000 written in Devanagari. And then there are some constants which all banknotes which are minted in India will have. Mahatma Gandhi's portrait, for example. This note has a special feature. It has RBI and 2000 on the left side of the banknote, which you can only see once you hold the note against light. Then another constant for most notes, there is the security thread which runs through almost the middle of the note. This thread changes color from green to blue, and if you look very closely, you'll see that the thread has 3 words written on them. Bharat in Devanagari, and then you have RBI and also 2000 written on this security thread. Of course, you will always have an Indian currency note signed by the governor. This is no different. You have the governor's signature. It is Urjit Patel who signed this. And never mind this little...
It's an indestructible note.
Yeah, never mind, this is a little pause there, but we get back to telling you how you can figure whether your note is real. So, you have the governor's signature and the guarantee clause that this rupee is worth 2000. Then you have the rupee symbol also and 2000 written at in the right hand corner. It changes color from green to blue. It is at the bottom right of the rupee. Next to it is the Ashoka pillar and a watermark of Mahatma Gandhi's portrait. Again, these are constants of most of all currency notes that are printed in India. Mahatma Gandhi's portrait, a watermark of the same, Ashoka pillar, and the governor's signature. You also have a small number panel above the Ashoka pillar. It's a number panel which has 2000 written in it in very small digits. For the visually impaired, this note takes into consideration that it should help those with visual impairment and therefore has bleed marks on both sides of the note. And then you have this, and there are 7 angular bleed lines both on the left and the right, as we mentioned. Then there is a horizontal rectangle with 2000 in raised print. Turn the note, and behind it you will find the year of the printing of the note. That is to the left hand corner. All notes printed in India again have that. It tells you the year it was printed. Obviously, for the new currency notes of 2,500, it will say 2016. If it doesn't, that's a clear indicator that you're sitting with fake notes. Then you have the Swachh Bharat logo with the slogan. That is on the left side corner of the rupee. It comes with the symbol as well as the mission motto. It has Mahatma Gandhi's spectacles that he allegedly wore when he was alive. Next to it is a language panel that is towards the center. It has rupees 2000 written in all Indian languages, starting from Hindi to Bengali to Tamil, all the South Indian languages, all the West Indian languages. And then you have the motif of Mangalyaan. Simply put, that is the spaceship that India sent to Mars. It was a hugely successful mission, and to commemorate that, the 2000 rupee note, which is the highest denomination of the Indian currency available in the market now, has the Mangalyaan. And finally, this is the 17th indicator. You have also on the back of the rupee 2000 written in Devanagari. So now you know how to discern whether the note that you have in your hand is fake or real.
Mahbub asks, what do we do for people that are overseas that have money?
Okay, and most importantly, remember the dimension of this banknote is 66 millimeter by 166 millimeter. Of course, we don't expect you to roam around with a measuring tape to know whether this is the exact dimension, but it's a good to know trivia. It could help you in quiz contests. 66 millimeter by 166 millimeter. We have a question coming in from Mehbooba, who's asking us that if you are an Indian who is abroad, so that would mean you're an NRI and you are stuck with the old currency notes of 500 and 1000. What do you do? Simple. Walk up to the nearest branch of an Indian bank. Once you go there, you can exchange your old currency for new. But chances are high that if you are abroad, you'll be using the currency of that country and perhaps not Indian currency notes. We have many more questions pouring in. If you have a question, do Facebook us. We are here to answer your question. There has been this rumor. Somebody is asking us if the 2000 rupee note is GPS enabled. This was a big rumor that started on Tuesday night after the Prime Minister announced that. After the Prime Minister's announcement, there was this rumor that 2000 rupee notes will be GPS enabled. But that's just a rumor, and we do not have GPS enabled currency notes because that would make the rupee that will make the note heavy. It will make it cumbersome to carry around. It will be difficult for you to fold, and also remember, it's going to be an infrastructure nightmare to have notes, currency notes, which have GPS chips.
Do you prefer the old or the new note? Personally.
Personally, this note looks like something that you played with when you were a child. Maybe games like Monopoly, Business come to mind, but definitely is the first note in India that looks so dreadfully pink. It does look a little fake, so therefore we are telling you all the 17 indicators that will help you to figure whether it's a real note or not. Personally, we've never seen a 2000 rupee note, so yes, we would like to get our hands on it. So would you, I'm sure. So as far as novelty goes, definitely a 2000 rupee note. The maximum we had here was 1000.
Are there other colours coming?
Another question, are there other colors coming? No, as of now we only have the notes in shades of blue, green, and this is very pink. So far the government has said that they have no intention of issuing higher denomination notes. So you're stuck with three colors: green, blue and pink. You can write to us with questions, you can Facebook us, we're here to answer your questions.
How does this affect the economy, and is it waterproof?
We are yet to figure if it's waterproof. After the Facebook Live,
We'll find out.
we'll quickly find out, take it under a water. I hope it will not get destroyed. Yeah. If it does, then well, that's 2000 rupee notes going down the drain. So we hope it is waterproof. It rains a lot in India, so it better be. But remember, in India, soiled notes are not accepted. So even if it is wet, you can definitely go and dry it in the sun under a dryer. But remember, do not get your notes soiled if you're in India. The RBI has strict guidelines that soiled notes are not acceptable in India.
Pick the questions, Jesus.
There's somebody writing to us. Her name's Anshu, and she says that what happens is the government in the process of reissuing all old notes? No. The other notes which are of the denomination 10, 50, 100 remain. They're going to continue to look the same, but the new currencies would be 500 and 1000. The others are the old ones that will still work. So if you have 50, 100 rupee notes or 20 or even 10, those are working. You don't need to get them changed. Somebody's asking, what is a soiled note? A soiled note is a technical term that the RBI uses. It means that you should not dirty your note. You should not have mud on that note, because in India, you do not accept notes that have been muddied or which are dirty beyond a point where you can't discern what is the denomination of the note. We're getting lots of questions where people are continuously asking us why there is no GPS. As I explained, that would be an infrastructure nightmare to have a GPS. It will make the rupee very heavy, and perhaps the government will spend more in printing a 2000 rupee note than the denomination itself, which is 2000. Therefore, you do not have that GPS in a note. Somebody's asking, what is my name? My name is Suchetna Ray. I work with the Business Bureau of Hindustan Times. So rest assured, you can trust me when I tell you some things.
Talk about the limit.
Okay, there are certain things about the exchange and the deposit that people are asking us about. Yes, it was on Tuesday that the Prime Minister decided to ban 500 rupee and 10,000 rupee notes. And if you are sitting with old ones, you can definitely go and exchange them at your nearest bank. They will exchange it for you. Obviously, these have to be white money, as they call it in India. This can't be black money. The source of the money can't be illegitimate. So if you have legitimate money sitting with you, you can go to your nearest bank. You can exchange them for the new currency, or you can also go and deposit them. Remember, any deposit of rupees 2.5 lakh and above will be scrutinized by the tax authorities. If you are confident about the source of your money, need not worry.
Let's recap the key features.
Okay, we're getting questions about where we're being asked about the key features once again. So therefore, we will recap it. For those who joined us late, there are 17 indicators through which you can get to know whether the note that you have in your hand is real or not. First is that we're looking at the 2000 rupee note, fresh out of the mint. So first is we'll just go through the main indicators actually. Obviously, you have the latent image of the denominational numerical 2000. You have 2000 written in Devanagari. This is the front of the note, and it is written to the left side of the note. You have 2000 written in Devanagari. Then you have the constants which most Indian currency notes have. The portrait of Mahatma Gandhi,
100,000.
the signature of the RBI governor. The governor might change, but whoever is the present governor will sign your note with the pledge that this note has been issued by the Indian government and it carries a value of 2,000 in this case. You also have the Ashoka pillar to the right of the note, and Mahatma Gandhi's portrait is also there in watermark.
Share this video, ask questions.
These are the few constants of an Indian rupee. Apart from that, if you turn the note, there are some new features of the 2000 rupee note. For example, you have the motif of Mangalyaan. Simply put, that is a spaceship that India sent to Mars, and it was a hugely successful mission, and obviously the Indian government would like to commemorate this, and they're doing that with the highest denomination currency that is found in the country, 2000 rupee note. Apart from that, you also have the Swachh Bharat logo with its mission on behind the 2000 rupee note. Those spectacles are the ones worn by Mahatma Gandhi. He believed in a Bharat that is clean, and therefore the Swachh Bharat mission has his spectacles as the emblem. This is also a stated program that the new government, the Modi government runs in India. Apart from that, remember the 2000 rupees, the word in the numerical is written in Devanagari, both in front of the rupee as well as behind the rupee. So these are some of the key features which will help you figure that the note that you're sitting with is fake or real. Do share the video, do Facebook us with your questions.
What documents do you require?
We are getting lots of comments coming in, lots of questions coming in.
Nanotechnology.
Somebody's asking us what is Devanagari. That is the script that is used in a lot of Indian languages, including Hindi. So basically what we meant is 2000 rupees is written in Hindi. Somebody's asking us, his name is Manish Gupta, is asking us what are the documents that are required to deposit old notes under 50,000. Whether you're depositing 50,000, 10,000 or even 5,000 rupees, there are standard documents that are required. Once you go to the bank, they will ask you to fill out a form and they will check whether your KYC formalities are done. KYC is Know Your Customer. If that is done, any identity proof from your PAN card to your passport should suffice.
Any other questions?
Somebody is asking us whether this entire effort that has been undertaken by the Indian government will help the government flush out black money. That is the stated purpose of this entire mammoth activity that Narendra Modi and his lieutenants have undertaken since Tuesday night. The stated purpose is to flash out all black money from the economy. Remember, if the old currency has been rendered illegal, it would mean that if you're sitting with black money, they are of no use. So to a large extent, yes, this will help in flushing out black money from the economy, because when you are going to the bank to get new notes, you'll have to provide for your identification. You will also have to perhaps explain the source of this money. So yes, in that way, illegitimate money gets flushed out of the economy.
Encourage them to share the video.
We encourage you to share the video, to like it, and to Facebook us with your questions. Somebody is asking us how much money can be deposited in the bank. There is no limit on bank deposits as of now. However, for the next fortnight, if you're going to the bank to exchange old currency for new, the limit is 4,000. After a fortnight, you can exchange 10,000 rupees on a daily basis and 20,000 rupees in a week. Do share our video, like it, and also send in your question. There are various questions flowing into us.
Can I draw more than 50,000?
Somebody is asking, Ashwin is asking us whether he can withdraw 50,000. No, you can't. Because of this emergency situation which has been unleashed because of the government's effort to flush out old currency, there's a limit that has been set. If you go to an ATM, you can withdraw only 2,000 rupees as of now, but if you go to a bank, you can exchange or withdraw 4,000 rupees for the next fortnight. Remember, these limits will be reviewed from time to time. These limits are only for the first fortnight.
What will people do with their black money?
Somebody's asking that large amount of black money is not stored in cash but in gold. So how will this help? Remember, even that gold, a person will not till eternity sit with that gold. They will want to encash it. The trouble is that from now on, encashing it will become very difficult, because if you are trying to sell gold which is more than 2 lakh rupees, jewelers have been specifically told to ask for the seller's PAN number. A PAN number would mean that this entire transaction is trackable and traceable. So selling gold, smuggling, or even storing of gold becomes very difficult from here on. These are strict measures that the government is undertaking because black money is a serious concern in India.
What's the deadline?
We're being asked questions about whether this will impact NEFTs and other online transactions. No, it will not. That's exactly what the government has been saying since Tuesday, that bank transactions and also your mobile wallets functioning will not be hampered with this.
No impact on bank transactions.
Shiv Shankar is asking us when the limits will be lifted. The limits that have been set as of now are only for the fortnight. So from 18th November or so onwards, it will be lifted. It will be increased once the situation comes back to normal.
Limits lifted in 14 days.
Vaibhav Koshal is asking a very valid question. He's asking whether we can only withdraw 4,000 because he got a text from his bank saying that 10,000 rupees can be withdrawn. We come back to the point that, there are strict limits that have been set for the first fortnight. From a bank, you can only withdraw or exchange your old currency for 4,000 rupees of new currency. That's only for the first fortnight. It will change. These limits will be expanded in the next fortnight. Yes, Rahul, what you're asking is whether these limits will be re-looked at. Yes, they will be, but chances are very high that we will not swing back to the old situation where you could actually fool the system and pull out as much money as you wanted from your ATM. There is going to be a strict limit on ATM withdrawals from now on. Yes, the present limit of 2,000 rupee withdrawal from ATMs will be expanded for sure. These limits have been set keeping in mind that there is likely to be, and there are, huge queues outside ATMs as well as banks for exchanging old currency, for getting your hands on the new currency. Remember, this is a situation that last happened in 1978 when most of us were not even born. So therefore, 500 and 1,000 rupee notes are the most popular in India since they have been rendered invalid. So therefore, obviously, there is some panic among the common people, but need not worry. You have time till the 31st of December to exchange your old currency. And if you're sitting with a large amount of it and you can prove the source of your money, you can always go to the bank and deposit it.
What do people do with their black money? Are they going to burn it?
A question?
What happened to black money?
Question?
Yeah.
There's a question asking us whether what will happen to black money. Will people burn it? Well, that's one way of looking at the problem. Narendra Modi and his men will be very happy if black money is purged in the country. If you can't explain the source of your money, chances are high that people sitting with black money will not go to the bank, declare it, and then pay taxes on it. Remember, once you're going to deposit money in a bank, as I mentioned earlier, 2.5 lakh rupee deposits or deposits worth more will attract the taxman's eye. He will look into it. If it matches your income, you're good to go. If it doesn't, and there is an income mismatch, you'll have to pay up 90% of that money in taxes. Say you're depositing 5 lakh rupees and that money is, and you can't explain that money. Then the tax authorities will ask you to cough up 90% of that money in taxes, and that's exactly why news is pouring in from various sides of the country that people are burning their black money, because instead of paying 90% of it in taxes and penalty, it's better to burn it, is what people feel. In 1978, when the government of the day had banned 5,000, 10,000 and 2,000 rupee notes, then also there were instances of currency burning. The situation is no different now. Remember, ever since the government has banned 500 and 1,000 rupee notes, they are saying that these banknotes form 86% of the currency circulation in the country.
Can Pakistan duplicate these notes?
It's difficult for duplication of these notes, simply because for the first time we have very widely known indicators. If you've just joined in, there are 17 indicators which will help you discern if the money that you're sitting with is real, if your 2,000 rupee note that you just pulled out of the bank is real. And since there are 17 such indicators, it makes it that much more difficult to generate fake money, to duplicate it. And so therefore, whether it's Pakistan or any other country, faking this money or duplicating this money, counterfeit of this currency will be difficult. Why? I'm repeating again, there are 17 indicators very widely circulated. For those who are just joining in, these 17 indicators are from the constants like the Gandhi portrait, like the Ashoka pillar, along with the security thread, the governor's signature, making it very difficult to duplicate.
Where can they still use the old money?
You can use the old money in some places, but that lapses from midnight today. The places where you can still use your old currency are hospitals, government-run pharma shops. You can also use it at a petrol pump. You can use it at the metro. You can use it at ASI monuments if you're a traveler into India and you have exchanged your currency for the old Indian currency. Therefore, so that you not inconvenience, the government has decided that you can use your old money at the hospitals, at metro, at government-run medical shops. You can also use it at ASI monuments. You can also use it at fuel pumps to refuel your car. But remember, this window expires today at midnight. If you've liked our video, please like it, please share it, please Facebook us with all your questions. We're getting lots of comments. People are expressing surprise that Mahatma Gandhi his portrait still continues to be on the note. It will be for a long time now because he is the father of the nation.
What's the taxman doing when you dump large sums of money into your bank account at the moment?
The government has said that the stated principle for banning old currency is to crack down on black money and also to ensure that black money is brought into the formal channel of the economy. So therefore, there is a system of suspicious transaction record. When you make a deposit in a bank of 10 lakh STR, it's called STR. So when you deposit any money which is rupees 10 lakh or above in a bank, there's a red flag goes up. It's called the STR, suspicious transaction report. Now, the taxman collects these reports, the bank sends them to the taxman, the taxman collects these reports and they see whether the money that you have deposited in a bank matches your income. They will perhaps ask you whether you can explain the source of this money. If you can, good for you, you're good to go. But if you can't, then the government will ask you to cough up a large amount of it in taxes, penalty and interest. So, this was the existing rule. The 10 lakh rupees is when the suspicious transaction record gets flagged off. But under the new system, if you deposit any money above rupees 2.5 lakhs, remember the taxman is watching you. If it's clean money, you have nothing to worry about. Somebody's asking, this is Suresh, I have an amount of 25,000 in my savings account and whether it will affect my online banking transaction. No, not at all. Why will it impact your online banking transaction? The government has been saying, and I repeat, that online transactions, net banking or any transaction through your mobile wallet will continue as normal as always. Sumit Chetri is asking, what is this 200% penalty? I explain again that if you are trying to deposit ill-gotten money into the bank and the taxman finds out, and there is no way you can explain that this is not black money. So if you're caught with black money, then you have to pay 30% of tax. On that 30%, another 200% will have to be paid as penalty. So that's what we're talking about as 30% of tax, 200% penalty. Which means 90% of the money that you deposited in a bank gets wiped out, the taxman takes it in the form of taxes and penalties. Abdul Arafat is asking that whether it's fine if if any money below 2 lakh is deposited in the bank, as long as you know that this money is not ill-gotten, this is clean money, you can deposit up to as much as you want. It's just that if you're depositing above 2.5 lakh rupees, that's 2.5 lakh rupees, the taxman might ask you questions. Be prepared for it. If you can explain the source of the money, if you can say that yes, you paid your taxes on this money, you're good to go. If you've just joined us, we're talking about the government's effort to clean out the Indian economy. The Modi government on Tuesday night banned 500 and 1,000 rupee notes, and from today morning we're getting the new currency in the form of new 500 rupee notes and 2,000 rupee notes. 2,000 rupee notes are new in the Indian economy. The last time you got them was way back in 1978. So if we are telling you how to discern if your 2,000 rupee note is fake or real, there are 17 indicators, and the RBI has made sure that they are widely known to people. There are 17 very easily discernible indicators on your 2,000 rupee note.
Numbers are still growing.
And this is a note that also is friendly to visually impaired. It has bleed marks on both sides of the note. The 17 indicators include the constants like Mahatma Gandhi's portrait, the watermark, the RBI governor's signature, the pledge by the RBI governor that this money will always hold the value of 2,000 rupees in rupees when exchanged. Apart from that, if you turn the rupee, you have some new features so far unseen in an Indian currency. For example, there is the motif of Mangalyaan, which is the spaceship that India sent to Mars. It was a hugely successful mission, so it's likely that the government would like to commemorate that. Apart from that, there is also the mention of the Swachh Bharat mission of India, and we also have 2,000 written in Devanagari, which is the script which is followed by various Indian languages, including Hindi. And you also have, if you turn the rupee to if you turn it to the front side, you have the security thread, which is a constant in all Indian currencies. This time the security thread comes in a double color. It changes from blue to green. If you look very closely, there are 3 words inscribed in them in Hindi: Bharat, RBI and 2000. So these are few of the 17 indicators which will help you figure if your banknote is real. Another easy way to figure if your banknote is real from now on, as far as 500 rupee notes and 2,000 rupee notes are concerned, is the date when it was printed. Behind the note, on the back of the note, you should have 2016 written. Remember, the new currency has been printed this year. So if you are exchanging your old currency and getting new currency of 500 rupee notes and 2,000 rupee notes, please ensure that you check that they were printed in 2016. That's a very easy way to tell that these are not fake. If you've liked our video, please share it. Please Facebook your questions. Vishal Pandey is asking whether the 2,000 rupee note is temporary. No, we spoke to the government yesterday, the finance minister, as well as his other secretaries, who said that there is no intention of the government to review the currency notes that are available in the country in the near term or in the long term immediately. They've already reviewed it, and that's how they have withdrawn 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. So 2,000 rupee notes are here to stay.
Back up.
Pramod Tamang is asking us a very interesting question. He says that what happens to people who need change? 2000 rupee notes make it inconvenient. No. If you need 1000, don't tear up your note from the middle. Instead, get your hands on 2 new currency notes of rupees 500 each.
When's it coming out?
When is it coming out? The banks have all been adequately stocked with the new currency notes of rupees 500 and rupees 2000 from today morning 8 a.m. So it's available from today, rupees 500 and rupees 2000 from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. All banks will be in a position to dispense these currencies. Don't fret. If you are standing outside a bank and they are saying that they've run out of cash, it's all right. The government has assured us that they have adequate system of refilling their ATMs, of refilling their tellers, and money will be given to you shortly.
Share and like.
If you liked our video, please share it, please like it on Facebook. It was a pleasure answering your question. It was a pleasure interacting with you. This is one of the major decisions taken by the Modi government since they took office in 2014 of demonetization of currency. 500 rupee notes and 1000 rupee notes have been banned. It was banned on midnight Tuesday. It has led to a lot of confusion, but remember, the stated purpose is to ensure black money is flushed out of the economy. If the government succeeds in that mission, you, as an honest tax-paying citizen, will take pride in being a citizen of India. Black money is a menace and the government wants to wipe it out, and therefore this measure has been taken. We know that this could lead to some inconvenience in the initial days, but remember, you have time till 31st December to exchange the old currency that you have for the new one. Till then, queue up outside the bank. Remember, today is the first day, yes, but today is not the last day. Again, I repeat, you have time till 31st December to exchange your old currency. So if you see a huge queue outside the bank branch near you, don't fret. You have many more days to go before you can exchange your money. Select ATMs are open today, and all ATMs will be open from tomorrow, and they will be adequately equipped to dispense cash. Yes, for the first few days, that is till November 18th, the limit on cash withdrawals from ATMs is set at 2000 rupees, but you will be able to withdraw money. So again, don't panic. It was a pleasure interacting with you guys. This is a video that has been directed by Yusuf Omar with the help of Ashish Malhotra. Sanshay also helped us to get this going. We also had Aishwarya helping us, writing it down. It is Aishwarya who's been writing out all of this in great speed, and I am Suchetna Ray, and I have been helping you with your commentary, with your questions. It's been a pleasure interacting. Thank you, and keep yourself logged on to @HT Tweets.